Vicky, what's wrong? You look so heartbroken. Did something happen to you at school?
No, Mother Jessica. I don't think this is something you can help me with either.
Try me. Let's at least talk about it.
Mother Jessica, do you want any more children?
No, I haven't made plans to adopt any more. Why?
Well, I find myself wishing I could have a baby of my own.
And why do you feel that way? You are only 13, far from being an adult. Why not just enjoy the rest of your childhood?
I guess you don't understand how empty my heart feels. You and Mother Lucy have each other and likewise, Debbie and Carrie have each other and you are so happy. And I have no one.
Oh, Vicky. I guess it is easy to forget how terrible your life was before you came to us. But Lucy and I have tried to love you as much as we possibly could.
Yes, and I appreciate everything you do for me. But I still want either a baby or a boyfriend. Maybe both.
Vicky, your feelings are totally natural, and maybe if we were living in the days of cavemen, you would be ready to be a mother now. But in this modern society, not so much. Lucy and I had Carrie when we did because we were adults and were financially prepared to be mothers. We had our own home and our own jobs to support a child. You don't. But maybe you could set up a babysitting service. Or even work in the church nursery on Sunday mornings. When you get older and finally have a baby, you and that child will be happier because you waited.
And what about a boyfriend? I have asked several boys my age if they would date me and none seem interested. And the ones that are interested in me are much older and remind me of the ones that used to.
You know. I see. Let's not dwell on that.
So what are we looking up? A dating service?
No. Dating services on the internet are notoriously unreliable, full of perverts and gold diggers. I'm looking at a database of people that are listed as HIV positive, like you. Indeed, you are on this list. Look. So your best chance for a boyfriend is to find someone you have something in common with. Since you were born with the AIDS virus, you don't want to give it to your future love partner, but you can hook up with someone that also has the virus. Oh, here's an option.
Well, he's good looking.
He is 15, so he is age appropriate for you. He lives in a town about 50 miles away and his name is Paul Jenkins.
That last name sounds familiar.
Indeed, it is also the last name of your English teacher. I wonder. Carla, do you know a teenage boy named Paul Jenkins? Yes. He is my nephew. He was born to my little sister when she was only 16. She was a chronic troublemaker and she became addicted to drugs. She also contracted the AIDS virus and transmitted it to Paul before he was born. She eventually died of full-blown AIDS while she was homeless. My parents took Paul in and have been taking care of him ever since. It was watching my sister crash and burn that later drove me to join Reverend Dave Owen's Baptist cult, and to be a homophobe. In the 1980s, AIDS first appeared among the gay community in America. They were blamed for spreading the disease, and some even claimed that AIDS was a punishment from God against the gays. That's ridiculous. Then no innocent children should have gotten the disease. You are right, but that was the common Christian view at the time. It was getting to know you and Lucy as real people and not the crude stereotypes I had been told about in church that made me work my way out of those prejudices that I had been indoctrinated with before. I would like Paul to meet my daughter Vicky. She is also HIV positive. She wants a boyfriend. How about we meet up in Paul's town this weekend?
Thanks for doing this. I hope Paul turns out to be a nice guy.
Me too. Carla has already gone there to meet with Paul. She also gave us directions to a cafe in Paul's town, so we will meet him there.
So what time are they coming over?
Carla said 11 a.m., so we are on time.
And there they are.
Hey, you two. And this is Paul.
Hello.
I really hope this works out for Vicky. She has had a hard life and needs someone who will love her and treat her right. And the same is true of Paul. But I read what you sent me about Vicky and I am concerned. I understand that abuse victims tend to abuse others in turn. So I am concerned she might abuse Paul, or a younger child. No, that would only happen if Vicky thought the way she was treated was acceptable. But she knows what her birth mother did to her was wrong and horrible. She is actually one of the sweetest girls I've ever known, even more so than Carrie.
I don't really know what to say. I've always been awkward around girls.
Well, we can start by having a meal together and go on from there. But I already think you are quite handsome. Are you blushing? I didn't mean to embarrass you.
It's okay. One step at a time, right? But with a girl as pretty as you, this seems easy. I'm glad my aunt convinced me to meet you.
And it seems our work is done. Let's go somewhere else so they can be alone. Sure. And maybe next weekend you can bring Paul to my house?